Hi. First, I know I'm being fucking extra by having like this camera and like the light over here and shit like this, but all that I want to do is today's been a day. I want to update you guys on, not even you guys, this is a video diary, it's honestly for me, but I'm gonna eat some dinner, which is some pork tonkatsu that I made, and then a bootleg ass fucking drink that I just made, because I want to have a drink. But let me grab a fucking silverware and cutlery real quick, and then I can or we can eat some dinner, and then I can tell you about my day and update you about my car and all that stuff. Yeah, because I like having a video diary. So yes, let me grab that and I'll be right back. Okay, hi, hello, and welcome to my home. Yeah, so I don't know, this is just my apartment. It's nothing too crazy. I got my fork, I got my pork tonkatsu, and my bootleg ass drink, which is a mix of orange liqueur, like Grand Mala, more orange liqueur from Copper Muse, which is closed, and lavender vodka from Copper Muse, which is also closed. So it's the only bottle of it in the world. And then just some lime juice, which kind of looked a little turbid, so hopefully it doesn't have any chemicals that are going to kill me. And club soda and some ice. Yes, I know I'm being dramatic by having this like light and shit here, but I just want it to look okay, you know? I'm trying to get into this new filming thing, and it's actually hard. Like, I thought you could just set up a camera and throw a fucking lens on and just shoot a video, but turns out it's actually kind of difficult. Like this light, I don't know what to fucking do with it. Like, you know, I'm like, oh, is this too bright? Is it not bright enough? Is it pointed in the right direction? Like, is it not? Like, I honestly don't know. Couldn't tell you. And I actually kind of don't give a fuck, to be honest. Yes. So, yeah, let me eat my first bite because I'm so fucking hungry and I really don't have much of this left. I have like so much rice compared to like the tonkatsu itself. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes it be like that. So, anyway. The rice is a little dry, but it's still pretty good. There's too much alcohol in there. Oh dear, I'm not gonna be able to finish that. Okay, anyway, quick updates. So, my car loan for my car, you know, Petunia, she broke down, shit the bed, stranded me in this fucking annoying ass city with shitty transportation. I'm telling you, the buses in Denver are like running car accidents, the way that they fucking sound when you're on them. They're horrible. They run every like hour, or at least the one that I need runs every hour, which is like mad inconvenient. And they're so loud. Like today, I was taking the bus back home and I had an idea about, oh god, give me a second. I had an idea about a way that we embed our tissue because of the experiments that we're doing. I was like, oh, okay, like this would be a really good way of embedding this tissue. And so I wanted to write it down, so I had like a notebook with me, so I just wrote it down really quick, or at least tried to. But the bus was like, wah, 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 like, you know, like hitting every fucking pothole that the city has to offer. And it was a fucking nightmare, and I literally could not write the thing fucking down. Let me just show you what it looks like. It looks like the writings of a madman. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but this shit looks mad. Like, it looks crazy. But, like, it's everything that I need. Because it is a new technique. I do want to try it with some tissue in the future. But anyway, so the update on Petunia is that even though I have a credit score of like almost 700, they told me that I have thin credit, and so I would have to get a cosigner on a loan if I wanted to get the $10,000 loan from Canvas Credit Union. And I love my grandparents. They're getting up there in years and they don't have a lot of money. So I'm not going to ask them to do something like that. And Petunia, which I bought in like 2018 maybe. I'm 28 now. So, I was like younger back then and they were gracious enough, to buy this car for me, which was like a godsend, I paid my grandma back and it was like $5,000 at the time. But I don't want to ask them for money again. I refuse because they're like they're poor. They've always been poor. I'm poor. Like it's just I'm not doing that to them. I'm almost 30. We don't need to do that. And then my mom and I, we just don't get along. So we get along better now, but I just don't like putting myself in precarious situations because we've had such a sordid past. So I definitely am not going to ask her to do that. So basically what that means is that the loan situation is out of the cards, which was sad because I got that call on Monday during, like, we have a team meeting every Monday where we all kind of like sit down and talk about like our weekend and what we've been up to and things that happened. And I got that call right in the middle of it and then I had to go back to team meeting and I was very sad. So that was annoying. So what that means is that we have to pivot a little bit, and that means that I have to kind of look at dealerships around here, hopefully within like walking distance, because obviously if a bus runs every hour, then that's an hour there, an hour back. So the timing works out really annoyingly if it's not within like a quick bus ride distance from here. So right now I am trying to save up like $1,000 as like just a quick down payment, and I'm hoping to get like a cheap like $6,000 car, $5,000 car, if I'm really lucky, which I probably won't be. So what I'm really hoping is that it isn't like $10,000, because if it is, with all the fees from the dealership and things like this, it's just going to be too expensive. And then it'll really force me to like actually get a new job, and it's just stressful. So we're hoping for something that isn't super expensive. I guess we'll see what we actually get. I did see one car that looked kind of cute. It was like a CRV and it was like $8,000, but it had like 135,000 miles on it, so it's probably not the best. So, bad news on that front overall, but I think it's still a manageable situation. Yeah, so anyway, that's bad news, but I do have some good news, which is awesome. So, like I kind of said in my last video, I wrote a paper. It's basically, long story short, I mean, if you want to know more about it, just let me know. I don't want to put my shit out there right now because it's still in the process of being like reviewed and shit like this. So I'm not going to say like what it is until hopefully it's accepted. But basically, we wrote a paper. I wrote a paper. It's my first author paper as a scientist, and we submitted it, and it got revisions. So we are currently, in the midst of doing these experiments as revisions or things that we're addressing in this paper. And my boss and I have been just, for the last 3 weeks, trying so hard to get these experiments done, and they have just been failing, like one after the other, failing. Like there's this one specific antibody and stain that we're trying to like get a time course of, and it has just been shitting the fucking bed so hard, like explosive diarrhea everywhere. And so we were literally just about to give up on it. And then my boss, who is so smart, had the idea of just trying like a kind of, instead of trying like different antibody lots, because that's kind of the initial problem that we encountered, it was to basically try the same antibody with different secondaries. And we found a combination that worked. But there was a problem in that while 2 of the antibodies that we needed to work, the third did not work with like a, far red 750 antibody. Wah wah. But today, so yesterday, she started the experiment, which was the same 3 primary antibodies, and then today I incubated them with 3 different combinations of secondary antibodies, and out of that 3, we found a working combination. It solves the problem of the signal-to-noise ratio, and all 3 of the channels finally worked, which means we finally have a working combination, and now I can resection these ovaries and rerun a time course on it and finally get this experiment done. And once that's done, I can finally move on to analyzing this data and putting everything back together to bring this like final revised paper to existence and send it off to reviewers, which is super exciting. I'm also working on this really cool kind of like analysis pipeline where essentially another paper released a method where they segmented an ovary into 7 sections and then analyzed these kind of radial segments to figure out that the anterior to posterior wave of meiosis happens from like the dorsal anterior portion of the ovary and then, you know, in a wave goes to the posterior end of the ovary. But what I want to do is use a similar approach, but from the middle of the ovary to the cortex, and then figure out, you know, in each one of these segments, a specific parameter, I don't want to say it right now, but a specific measurement of the cells within each one of these segments as it goes from the medulla all the way to the cortex. And that pipeline's almost figured out. We've been so busy. We have like summer students in the lab, and it's been crazy lately. Shit. Sorry, I just remembered that I have to go to a barbecue this weekend. Right? It's the 25th. Next weekend. Right? Hold on. Sorry, if I have to go to this, I need to ask my coworker to drive me because I don't fucking have a car. Let me see. Pretty sure it's the 25th. It's the 25th. Okay, thank God. Yeah, but anyway, it's super exciting. It means that I can finally get this fucking thing off my plate, which will be just so nice to be able to take a break from this. Because again, I'm dealing with this fucked up car situation in the middle of these revisions, which just sucks, because it's just like an added stressor on everything. But yeah, that's kind of the big updates I wanted to give you. Yeah, walking to and from the bus has been annoying. It's been kind of nice to be able to like walk around, and I've taken my camera with me a few times, but I haven't really shot anything. I did go on like a walk in my neighborhood a little while ago, but I live, like, my apartment is not that great, but it's in a neighborhood that's full of like rich white people. So when I was walking around, I don't know, I just felt so unwelcome. Even though there's like, you know, signs that are like, we support gay rights and like Black Lives Matter and things like this, it feels a lot of the time just like posturing, because when you actually like walk through these neighborhoods, you, as a Mexican, you just don't feel welcome by them at all. Like, I don't know, they're like afraid to acknowledge your existence, or like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so uncomfortable. And so the idea of pulling out my camera just sounds, yeah, so I haven't really filmed that much. I've taken some pictures. Ironically, in the same neighborhood, I found a like electrical box that had Eat the Rich on it, and as a perfect kind of encapsulation of this neighborhood, there was Eat the Rich, and then right next to it, Yikes, which is probably by some like rich white asshole. But I would like to make more like actually structured videos, like my first video on the negative positive angler and kind of analyzing, you know, the psychological profile of people and just like these stories and kind of like touching on elements from stories that like really are interesting to me. But my cup is just really full right now, and I'm just navigating things right now. These diaries are a way for me to kind of get my thoughts out into the world, and also to practice filming shit, because it's actually difficult. And I don't even have a complicated camera or anything, but it's like still hard, like setting white balances and ISOs and dealing with lights and things like this. But I kind of looked forward to it. Like, I've been looking forward to this today, to kind of get my thoughts out, especially when this experiment was successful. And like, I wish I could show you the images, because they were just magnifique. Like, they were perfect. And I'm so excited. Like, we're finally gonna be able to validate our results in a convincing way, and it's very exciting. But yeah, I'm a little bit in the trenches. For sure. What else? I think that's kind of it. Yeah, I do want to make more like structured videos, but I'm trying to get myself out of this hole, this hole that I'm in. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Please, if you're watching this and you've actually watched this far somehow, leave a comment. Tell me how you're doing. You know, you can be doing bad. It's totally fine. And you can be doing good. I hope you're doing good. And maybe one day we can all rise up and, you know. You know. I'm just kidding. That's totally a joke. Anyway. Yeah, I'm kind of done talking, but I don't want to turn it off yet. Anyway, this is my second video diary. Today is July 13th, 2026. Oh, one last thing. So, we work with, like, mice or whatever. And so I was in the mouse colony today. And every once in a while, I think, like, the like, people that work with, like, the mice or whatever set up, like, tours with, like, a local high school or something. And so every once in a while, I'll just be, like, working, and then all of a sudden, just, like, a school of fucking teenagers walks in, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Which happened again today. And they were, of course, like, in the middle of kind of my way. And so at one point, I was, like, kind of, like, trying to sneak in to, like, look at my mice and, like, figure out what I needed to do next. And the teacher was, oh my God, he was so cute. He was like a little bit older than me. He was probably like, I don't know, 45 or something. Gorgeous eyes. Like, he was so cute. And he started flirting with me, and it was cute. And I flirted a little bit back. But I was like, he was like, oh, are you a researcher? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm like a lab manager, like, you know, like, whatever. I am technically a researcher, but, like, I get a little bit, like, coy about it, you know, sometimes. And, I was like, oh yeah, like, you must be a teacher, right? And he's like, oh yeah, you know, like, I'm a teacher. It's cool that you're, like, a researcher and stuff. And he was like, the chinchillas, like, you know, like, last year we could see chinchillas, but there's no chinchillas here today. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, that sucks. But anyway, he was very cute. It's so annoying. I'm like, why can't I find these men online and shit? I don't know. He's probably married to, like, a cute man, which is fucking annoying. Anyway, I had to throw that in there just for my memory, because I will forget that. But now it's preserved. So if you were that cute teacher, you're hot and gorgeous, and I hope you enjoy your job. It looked like you did. You keep being your hot, attractive self. Anyway, yes. So today is July 3rd. Oh shit! Today's July 16th. Jesus Christ. My brain. Today is July 16th, 2026. And if that doesn't tell you how my brain is going, I don't know what else would. Yes, I have to go into work tomorrow, and then I have to go in on Saturday as well, which is going to be annoying, because that means I have to wake up on my day off and take the bus there, and then take the bus back home, which is probably going to take all day. And also, I need to figure out this analysis pipeline, which I need to analyze so much data. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, but hopefully I will make more of these videos, and hopefully I will actually sit down at some point to make a more in-depth video essay about something, because that's kind of what I'm here to fucking do. But we'll fucking see. I didn't eat any of this food. I'll eat this off camera, I guess. I got blabbing, which it never happens to me. But, okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's all I have to say. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck out there. We're all so fucked. Good luck. Bye-bye.